Hey there folks, Rinium T here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Thank you Capcom Creators for the code. Last part, we were working on this trial, and we got sent on a break, a quick washroom break, which, well, you know, I turned into a longer break, but it's fine. April 18th, 10:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now, if the witness is ready, that is. A leader of the 100 demons, he really does exist! Wow, that is one well-polished trick. Witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. What is it, my child? Begone, Narayan, leader of the 100 demons! Ho ho ho, you think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. Beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will. My charm has no effect. Demon of due process? Not sure I can see that one. Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here. Bags. Bags? Oh, that tricksy tanuki. Try the noodle stand and go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki tail noodles while you're at it. Everyone's a comedian. No, I meant your bags, the ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Kiarai away. Azukiarai, the yokai that washes Azuki beans. The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off. Azukiarai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anyway. Is that so? Oh, well, thank you. Looks like Prosecutor Blackquill got more than he bargained for. Bad enough alone, but together these two are just plain creepy. Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically whether or not you saw Tenma Taro when you discovered the crime scene. What Jinxie saw? Did I see Tenma Taro in the Fox Chamber? Oh, well, when I opened the door... Yeah, I saw, yes, now I remember. Yokai, right there in that room. So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Lots of them. Wait, more than one yokai? Did Temataro happen to be among them? I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming in yokai. Kasha, Nurikabe, Tsutusasho. They were all there. Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them. This is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony. Yerk!
Hold it!
Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. But a quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course. Oh, what a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. You sure you know what you're doing, Athena? She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused out of regular ball of confusion. My analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? Shall we let Miss Sykes proceed? It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall gain any viable testimony. You'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land. I'll show you. I see Tamataro in the box chamber. Oh, when I opened the door, I saw. Yes, I remember. Yokai, right there in that room. Found something. Looks like an out of control emotion. Athena, what exactly are we looking at here? Oh, it's one of Widget's functions. Right here you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice. Whoa, you mean that little thing can do all this? Pretty cool, huh? Here I thought it was just some kid's toy. Fortunately, I'm getting into an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess. So, all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions? Yes, that's right. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. In a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. And the trauma in Jinx's case is fear. So she was and still is seeing ordinary objects as yokai. We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Let's see... Hello, could you point out the yokai up the wheel of fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one. Start by pressing probe, L1. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out-of-control emotion. Now hit probe again, triangle, to try and get to the heart of the matter. Okay, let's give it a try. Probe, okay.
Got it!
Went to the cat monster. Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai on the wheel of fire? That's Akasha! A yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased! I bet it came to steal the aldermans. It's almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation. Exactly! It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha. Paula! You need to point out what she thought was yokai on the wheel of fire. I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have mistaken this for Akasha? The chandelier? The light fixture? This one right here. It has a flame design and is up there on the ceiling. It was never a yokai on the wheel of fire. The Akasha you saw was just a light fixture. Eek! That's one memory back to normal. Nice job! Now that you've got the hang of it, it should be essential to point out the rest. Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster? That's Nirikame! It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray. That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen. Eek! And this raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. Just the statue of one. And look, these are just coffee cups, and this right here is nothing more than a fox statue. I don't know what I was thinking. You did it, Apollo. Her extreme fear is under control now. It was just my eyes playing tricks on me. There wasn't a yokai after all. See? A clear-cut statement. I have vested the power of my psychology into your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there never really were any yokai in the fox chamber. Right, there's never really were any yokai there. The defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Wait. Jinxie, what about Tamataro? There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tamataro or any other yokai either. I remember clearly now. You've gotta be joking! Order! Order in the court! I think we just dug our own grave. Allow me to push you on it. It's the least I could do. Ew! No! Hello! Can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. An unexpected emotion. I mean, Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet? Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information we have and run an update. Did I see Tomataro in the fox chamber? I was so scared when I entered. My legs gave out and I fell to the floor. There in the fox chamber, I saw the other men dead on the table and Papa collapsed in the chair. Nobody else was there, and that was Tomataro. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Try to find the emotions that contradict her statements. If I find a contradictory emotion, I should point it out? That's right, but it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. And you should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in emotions' intensity. Her emotions might get stronger or weaker as they move from statement to statement. It's important to compare how the same emotion changes throughout the testimony. Contradictory emotions and changes in intensity. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Did I see Tomataro in the fox chamber? Was scared. This gave out. Oh, they meant that on the table, off the flaps. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Try to find emotion contradictory statements. There's some change in emotion intensity. There's some emotion changes throughout the testimony. I think it's a surprise. The girl's super strong and I was so scared. I entered the room. I'm gonna go off this one and say it's the surprise.
Got it!
It seems like an unnatural reaction. Really? Because I don't see it that way. Is it unexpected given our testimony? Hello? Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Somebody home and that someone is gonna try that again. Okay. Not that. Wait. So scared. It was like really weak. That's fine. My legs gave out and I do it.
Got it!
Okay, yeah, it was the fact that the scare to drop when she... Now the fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Has something lessened your fear? Actually, I did experience some bursts of courage at that moment. You did? Oh, where did it come from? Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I felt as if she was there with me. Okay, answer sudden burst of courage. Now let's see. Ah, look. Oh, the noise is all gone. There's a mouse in my view. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now. Bye-bye. Sudden burst of courage. Now, where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage? Yes, there was, but I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I know she saw something like that at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? Oh, the flower.
Take that!
Yeah, please refer. Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a nine-tails flower there at the scene, did you? Ah! The demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it. You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene. That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant. Sorry. It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh look, something slid out. It appears to be a key. Might I have a look, your baldness? This is none other than the master key to Kyubi Manor. Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwell? It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. Master key that went missing? I don't really like the sound of that. Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Need these words, for I shall say them but once. Sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Is the master key the only other key that could have opened the chamber? This master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Well, Jinxie's time to open the Fox Chamber with her key. The room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. Trust you figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. No!
Objection!
How could this happen? Defense assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Athena, are you alright? I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do! This sucks. Thanks, Dono. Let me put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. The relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. I'll make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Oh, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. Now I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight. Hey, are you alright? I fell right into his trap. Now I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Let my running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Objection!
Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by it, samurai. Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to?
Huh? Oh, right. Objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Oh, I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
Court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though as it stands now, you'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that can overturn the prosecution's case?
Well, actually, I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Not really, but we'll be fine. But I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I've explained how the real killer could escape that locked room. It's all over if I don't. Apollo! Spells are a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is too.
Well, Mr. Justice, Do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument? You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. Very conjecture only earn you a taste of my blade justice, Dono. Time to do or die. Literally. The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room. You sure about this, fellow? Can you really explain what happened? I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. Needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out. Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like to say, simple is best. We need to rule out all the absolutely possible escape routes. Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. I mean, it's the air duct, right?
Take that!
And just how did the killer escape through there, Mr. Justice? What? Escape right now, blah 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 blah. Like, my brain says it was the air duct.
Take that!
This is the same thing, but... it was open! Like, the air duct was open. Doors? The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. If it would appear... oh, hold on. You've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinx's time at Capcom scene was within that locked door. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and unlock it without a key? I should have seen this coming. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple. Right. I understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but... well, Mr. Justice, the prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting to... unless you explain yourself quickly. I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because... it locked on its own. The door closed accidentally on its own. Heck! The killer will never be identified if we attribute key moments to mere chance. Perhaps that spear just happened to fly off the wall and impale the alderman's tomb. Perhaps that said it just happened to make its way into his coffee. Mere chance could explain any number of things. Right, next idea then. Locked it from the inside? Mayor Temma locked it himself after the killer fled the scene. Just in case the killer decided to return. Now explain why the room was locked. Yes, I see. Then again, wouldn't Mayor Temma have mentioned that himself? Oh, maybe it slipped his mind because of that blow to his head? I've already considered and investigated such possibilities. You have... Mayor's fingerprints were not found on the door or its doorknob. The fingerprints found belong to the alderman. Ergo, the mayor did not so much as touch the door. Oops. Yeah, how about I only have one option left, right? Locked it from the outside. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door locked. Ouch! Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked fox chamber. The assertion the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of the fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. He was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
Well, we could explain both. Like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside. Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackquill draws a sword. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked? Threw it in from the outside. What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, then toss the key back in through the window? I'll explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There's a clip outside the fox chamber's window. Throwing the key from there is an impossibility. Oh, right. Ah!
I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
Somewhere other than the window? It's even tossed in through somewhere other than the window. The air duct?
Take that!
The air vent.
Yes,
The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
oh, well, that's right.
The fox chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway. That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the event outside the fox chamber, and dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. That's preposterous. That explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly. Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. Don't worry. I'll explain it so even your honor can understand. First, the real killer, disguised as Tamatara, murdered the alderman in the fox chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vents in the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was go back through the air duct, through the duct and play the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer? Amazing, even I could follow that.
The judge seems really pleased.
That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Tamatara. And there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. Hey, it looks like that lawyer has been to jail for prosecutor. Whoa, that was a total turnabout.
That massive forehead of his seems so much more attractive now.
Okay. Order, 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 I say.
Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence!
A valiant effort, Justice Dono, but your final thrust missed its mark. Huh? Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door? That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the— Yo! Well, that is impossible without being spotted in the foyer's security camera, that is. The electric eye here would have captured the pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Tamataro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there? I don't feel so good.
Hold it!
Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. Possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. Hey, you're right.
Silence!
Must I point out every crucial detail of the defense? And you like not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That's the flip side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. No! That was just no in French. I realized it after. Wait, so the killer didn't escape with the foyer window? What the heck, right? Huh. Suppose your next proposal is the killer sprout wings and flew off into the sunset. That would mean the killer really was a yokai. Well, I got some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer. Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be. What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? Whoa, I thought it was the one with the cords of seal. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Your Honor. What evidence do you have that the killer flew away? They have the paper.
Take that!
Take a look at the special edition paper.
Temotaro, real or flight or fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in the photo is the killer shortly after they flew out of the window? Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting. Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer disguised as Temotaro flew away, you know, by some way or another.
Silence!
It is your brain that's flown the coop. That image is not a trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay, then how about the Temotaro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished in the thin air? No, there's a rational common sense explanation for that. The infernal yokai or Trixie Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. In fact, we know the yokai come from the fox chamber. It was likely either Mayor Tommy and Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. We know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time. Ugh, not good, not good at all. You understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono. The falsified yokai remnants. And the appearance of Tenma were work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. No! Is it though? Like... Order! Order! The fence will stop competing for the greatest freak out ever! A little scamp was no doubt simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Crossing Black Quill's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window. Did he truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? Case no longer stands without a real yokai. When we had one. Bailiff, seize her. It's time I interrogate her as the samurai of your wood. Mayor Tenma. This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Amatero's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor, it would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. For all you have been knocked out cold by the blow to the skull. Flipping into a yokai costume and roaming at the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. If you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce. confess. The defendant intends to confess?
Wait. Hello? Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again. Mayor Tenma, no, don't fall for his twisted words. You're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone. The real killer is... Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something! But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away. Ka. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time of my return. What? Oh, I shall watch what I wish for. Ka, foolish mortals. I am Temataro, the yokai you see. Mayor Tenma? Silence! I'm Temataro, free from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber! Behold, the return of the Demon King! Oh, what the? Demon King? Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation! The witness will... he will explain himself. You're saying you're Temataro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed, it is I, Temataro, the one whom you see, come to reveal the truth. This child is Temataro, you say? What nonsense! So, Mayor Tenma, is he yokai now? His body is now mine. So you're saying Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you? And it's a cursed power of the Lily's warrior transmitting her, revealing my true form. Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by yokai would be quite unprecedented. Yes, and May. The defense's case has been overturned. What? And you claim the yokai, that little scam cell was some third party, the true killer. When you escaped from the locked fox chamber, it was the accused all along. Arrgh. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be the real manner, in a manner of speaking. But the alderman's killer is none other than your Mayor Tenma, and the yokai at the scene. That too was Mayor Tenma, should I say. Our dear Temataro. The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackwell? It seems I must spell it out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time. They removed the warden charm to Forbidden Chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman delivered to his head. As when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Temataro breathed at last when the charm's warding effect took possession of the mayor. Newly freed Temataro then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father being possessed by Temataro.
Objection!
But when we arrived on scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How's that possibly supposed to have flown out the foyer window? And what? You mean to say the main of Takeover managing Jinxie Tenma was Temataro? Oh. Ugh. Okay, God, that too is easily explained. Flew about for a time that I am presently tired. I made for the Forbidden Chamber. The last exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber. I knew no more. It seems the pieces are still in place. Black go up to his tricks again. I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real live? The rumor about Mayor Tenma is true. I knew yokai were real. I mean, he really did kill the alderman just so he could release Temataro? Order! Order! I've got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai! And it says on steroids. You must convince our client any way you can, even if it means blaming a yokai. My proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding an accused guilty of your baldness.
This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career, otherworldly, in fact. Can Yokai even be prosecuted under a legal system?
Objection!
Mayor Tenma is just pretending to be Tenma Tara to protect his daughter. It was already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. Verdict at this point would be premature. Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to...
Silence!
This is the dark age of the law, where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is with a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence!
And prove it by joining me. A night in the clinic will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence in a confession, and the killer is this yokai before us. It's beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but... What's wrong with him?
Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. Foundation of Justice is fair play, and you are in a serious violation of that.
What in the devil was that?
Wolf, Wright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? Ha ha ha, it seems you found that quite shocking. It is my special jolt of justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell. Got it. Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior.
A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. Court is adjourned.
To be continued. Good timing. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. Thank you again, Capcom Creators, for the code. And until next time, this is Rinium T signing out. Bye!